All right. So today, live from the World Economic Forum there in Davos, we had a interview, a kind of impromptu interview of Albert Bourla, who is the CEO of Pfizer, who was running it during these past few years. And through the things that we've gone through, obviously, those are which not to be named here, or else we'll all get in trouble and be decapitated or something. I don't know what the punishment is for talking about things and stuff nowadays, in this free country. But they caught him there, and he apparently gave his first unscripted interview ever against his will. And I don't mean in any kind of like physical capacity, I just mean they stuck a bunch of microphones in his face and asked him a bunch of questions that everybody would usually want to ask him. And we got the same thing that we receive every time that we ask these questions: a big old fat goose egg. Nothing. Nada. And I'm not shocked or disappointed by that at all. I don't understand what people aim to accomplish whenever they do this type of guerrilla, like surprise journalism on, interviewing, should I say. But with that being said, I don't want to sound too demoralized here because I understand that it's still better than nothing, I guess. And it could potentially capture a moment that would be significant. In this particular scenario, I don't believe that was the case. I didn't watch the full thing because from the first 2.5 minutes that I did watch, it was pretty clear that Albert wasn't going to be giving up too much information. I was very awkward, the usual whenever somebody catches, whenever a journalist catches somebody off guard in that way, and silent, and people shifting and shimming all around to try and kind of like block people from getting to him to have a good angle or talk to him about anything significant. I get it. I just don't really understand what journalists are trying to accomplish by going to the World Economic Forum. I don't know how many more sound bites of Klaus Schwab and these different people that I can listen to and sit there and pretend like it's not like I'm not trying to say that I don't care. I obviously care, but it's like, how many times do we have to prove over and over that bad things are happening all around? Like, I just get a little, maybe this is something that I have to personally deal with in myself. But like, once you realize that Klaus Schwab and people like George Soros and all these kind of people are up to no good, and then you see that a good amount of people, I'm not going to say everybody, the average person, if you go to your grandmother and ask her about George Soros and all this stuff going on, she's probably not going to know. But a good amount of people who are in the know, a good amount of people who actually care to do any type of research on these kind of things is familiar with the reputations of these people. What out of the interview with Albert Bourla do we believe is going to make it to mainstream media, and what of the information that makes it to mainstream media would be significant enough to sway anyone's thoughts or feelings on the subject based off of what was seen in that clip? I'll tell you, even with the little bit that I do, even with what I do know about, about these people, about Albert Bourla, it didn't really push the needle for me. I already don't like him. Not fortunately or unfortunately, but that's my personal thought. I don't like Pfizer or what they have done over the past couple of years or in general, like the big pharma is not really something I'm too keen on in totality. So even for a person like me, I watched the video and I was like, and so these journalists who are always trying to break the average person free of the mental cage that they've been placed in by mainstream media, you actually need some type of footage that's going to do that. And what I saw today did not fall under that category. I saw, journalists that were just excited that they even had the chance to shove their microphone in Albert Bourla's face. And that's cool. That's a good on you. I guess that's really more so a personal accomplishment than it was any type of achievement for the field of journalism for us. You know what I mean? Just another thing to chalk up to the performative nature of life in general now. It seems as if we live on a stage, the stage that Rush described in Limelight. And I don't know. Guess we have no choice but to play our part, right? I'll be playing mine. You have a great rest of your evening.